Hello, everybody. We are live with our next founder chat, and today we are talking with Nina from Riciniol. I was lucky enough to meet Nina at the CHFA in Toronto in September, where I was a guest judge at Launchpad. So we are going to do a deep dive into the company over the next 30 minutes. So if you have any questions, make sure you put them in the chat. Also, let us know where you're watching from. I am calling in. I am watching from Vancouver, and Nina, I believe, is in Ontario. So let us know where you guys are as well. And you know what? Maybe what about the weather? We do know that Ontario got some snow last week, which was frightening, and Vancouver has some overcast. So where are you watching from? And I see that she has joined, so I will get her in here right now.
Hi.
There she is.
Hi.
There we go. Thank you so much for joining us, Nina.
Thank you
I'm very excited for
having
today.
me.
I was like, I said to Joanna, I was like, I am excited about this one. I'm like, it's coming. It's happening soon. And I even have my lovely Riciniol next to me here. It is also under my makeup, the makeup that I do wear. So very excited to have you on the Founder Chat today.
That's awesome. I'm excited to be here.
So let's jump into our founder chat. I am extremely excited to learn more about the company. I feel like I only know like the surface little bits that I got here and there, and I'm excited to learn more about it. So normally the way I like to start it off is hand it over to you, explain who you are to our wonderful audience and why you started the company.
Sure. So I'm Nina, the Riciniol lady. In Toronto, the company, I started online. So it was actually in 2020, like my first import came in 2019, and then I didn't launch the company until 2020. But the product itself was created in the 80s by a molecular biologist who studied in university with my parents.
Ooh.
So my dad's a physicist, my mom's a chemist, and this lady was a molecular biologist. She was a couple of years younger, and her daughter was allergic to everything under the sun. Like she was any cream, any medication, she would break out in rashes and hives. So this lady's like, I gotta help my kid. You know, so she knew about all the wonderful properties of castor oil. So that's how this was created. She knew the castor oil was a little dense and really hard to use, so she wanted to make the molecule more mobile. So that's like how was the creation of Riciniol. And then it started selling, like at the university, like people started buying. She's like, wait a minute, I have a business here. And so then she started to create formulations to target specific skin concerns. So it's actually patented. It's been around for ages. It's gone through crazy amounts of like trials, like in hospital settings and just like user cases, like all around Eastern Europe. And then so I brought it to Canada.
That's amazing. I actually today I was on your website and I was like, okay, I've been using the same one. Like, it's amazing how long this lasts, to be honest. I was like, this lasts forever.
It's a problem.
Yeah. And I would, but I was looking at the other ones and I was like, oh, actually, I want to try the other ones because this is the renewal, which I feel like is a general.
The renewal is like for the face.
Okay.
But they're all kind of multi-purpose ish, except for the faux one.
Because I saw the youth one and I was like, oh, maybe I'll switch to the youth one next. Because there's what, five or six?
There's 7 SKUs. There are more that I'm going to bring eventually.
Oh, exciting. So I guess in my mind, it's like, okay, when you go to buy it, what are we thinking? Like, are we thinking, do we go for like an overall specific one to start off with so that like the whole house can use it? Or do we start with like the makeup? Like, how do we know what to buy when we go to the website?
Well, I think you should buy everything.
That's a perfect answer.
But it depends what your goals are, right? Like if you're looking for something for your kids, then one of the essentials. If you have a baby, you get a baby. If you want to have pretty eyelashes, you go for bright eyes. Bright eyes is by far.
Okay, wait, hold on. It makes my eyelashes better?
Well, it's like you've heard of castor oil for eyelashes, right?
I have not. We need to do it because I'm like,
popular.
Okay, I need to know
Yeah,
more.
it's very popular. Yeah.
So do you put it like Latisse style? Like, you know, that stuff I think grows your eyelashes, some chemical. But do you put it like on top? Like, what do you do?
It's actually a serum for around your eyes and for your eyelashes. And it helps with dry eye because castor oil is magic. And it's anti-inflammatory. So this is like the really neat thing about it. This is how one of my biggest hurdles actually is that I have to kind of educate people, and it's hard because people don't like, it's hard to explain it to everybody at the same time,
Yes,
you
that is
know?
true.
But it's because it's castor oil based, and castor oil like helps restore soft tissue. So like the cells, like that, your skin, your hair, your nails, like all of it. So you can use it around your eyes for like poofiness, for smoothness, for moisturizing. You can use it on your eyelashes to help your eyelashes grow longer and stronger. So it's pretty cool.
That's the one I
And
need
it smells really
next.
good.
You've now sold me. That's the one I need next. I not that I don't have long eyelashes, but they're blonde, so you can never see them. But who doesn't want longer
Everybody wants pretty
eyelashes,
eyes.
right?
Everybody
Like
wants pretty eyes. Yeah.
that's
But
an easy one. I'm
it
gonna do
helps
that.
it helps people with dry eyes too. Like people that have dry eyes, or people that have like cataract and they put the drops into their eyes. It
Yep.
relaxes the muscles and it helps prevent like the
Oh,
crusties. Mm-hmm.
well, there you go. Learn
Mm-hmm.
something new. I did not know that it benefited the eyelashes, so I am now, or like I was doing it for regular skin and like dryness, and
Mm-hmm.
when I first tried it back in September, I did that thing that everybody does. You're like, oh, castor oil, okay, let's see what happens. And I put it on, I was like, oh, it's kind of thick, and then as soon as I put it on my skin, it wasn't sticky, and it didn't have that like coat, like it felt beautiful, which, right away I'm like, oh, is this going to be really sticky and thick on my skin? And it wasn't, which was amazing.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah,
That's the special structure. That's the differentiator. It absorbs deep into your cells and it brings other like ingredients along for the ride with it. So like in the renewal case, it's got grapeseed, wheat germ, it's got vitamins, it's got lemon peel. So it has all kinds of nice ingredients that go right into your skin cells.
just
Cool, eh?
now I'm like, you got my mind. I'm like, okay, yeah, because I'm now down to like the last like quarter.
If you
So I'm
flip
like,
it,
I need to know what I'm getting next. So that's what I'm gonna get next. Because that's basically where I use it. And then my chin are like the two spots that get really dry. But okay, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. All
but in
right.
the summer, like essential plus, like bee stings, mosquito bites, sunburns, bug burns, road rash.
Ooh, mosquito bites?
Because it's anti-inflammatory. So like the mosquito bites get swollen,
Yeah.
it gets itchy. So it helps the swelling go down and it reduces the itch.
That's pretty amazing because we love to go
Yeah.
camping, and I can tell you, I have three girls. It's bound one of them is going to get covered, and then all you're going to hear all night is how unhappy they are
Yeah.
because, of course, you're miserable when you're covered in mosquito bites. So I'm going to make sure we pack this in our camping stuff.
Must have.
But I'm normally lucky because my husband is the one that attracts all the mosquitoes. So as long as I'm near him, then they all gravitate.
Oh, good, good.
And I'm like, I'm
That's a
fine, I'm
strategy.
perfect. He's taking it for everybody. He's taking one for the team. So I do want to ask. Okay, so I know that it's Olga, right? Who was the
Yes.
scientist? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I know that like the castor oil itself was already set and everything. But now when you look for new products for the line or line extensions, how do you go about deciding what you're going to import or how are you going to extend that lineup?
Well, I'm talking to like people, obviously. We're right now, it's all cosmetics. So it's all like cosmetic products, but there are some really nice health products. So there's like a menopause one, like a female health one. There is one for ears. So like where you drip it inside your ear. There's like a cold and flu one that it has dill and sea salt. So it's based on like certain, I guess, common problems.
Right.
Most of them are. So there's like a nails one, a cuticle one. I want to get them to develop like a balm, like a lip balm, like
Ooh,
mix it with
yes.
something. So
Yes.
we'll kind of see where it goes, but I'm leaning towards the female health one. I think that one would do really well.
It definitely would.
Mhm.
So in my mind, I'm thinking castor packs.
Mhm.
So I guess let's talk about how that like the traditional castor
Mhm.
oil packs
Mhm.
versus moving towards something more like the Riciniol, like a cream or a balm or a like how does how would that work? How does it work? Let's tell the how does that actually work?
The castor, okay, well, the castor packs, they basically like lock the castor oil to your body, right? Like, and part of the reason is the therapeutic feeling of like having it pressed against your body. And then another part of it is that the castor oil molecule is so dense, it needs time to like penetrate the skin. And it like So actually, with our product, you don't need to put the pack on. You can just apply it,
Got
and
it.
then it will absorb fully into your skin, and it won't leave like a mess. Like you don't have to worry about having a special castor oil shirt. You don't have to worry about attaching the pack, but you still can apply. Like when I use it around my like belly or something, I have like a nice cushion, like a heat cushion, and I will still like heat it up and like strap it onto me. It's on Velcro, and I love it. I can't live without it. But it's an ancient remedy. So like I'm actually reading a book called The Oil That Heals, but it's like I forget who wrote it, but it's all about Edgar Cayce, who was like the psychic in the 1800s and that used castor oil for everything from like a distance. He would like, I don't know, it's crazy, but it's been used for centuries to heal everything from ingrown toenails to like gallbladder infections, and like it's like there's a bit of folklore in there somewhere, but I really think like if you believe in it, it works. Like it works for me. I use it for everything. I use no medicine.
No, and you know what? Even if it is folklore or even if it's placebo,
Well,
it
there's
still works. If something is working, it's working. Now, there's tons of science on castor oil. So, like, we already know there's tons of science on it. It's well proven to do a variety of things. But I do think that, if something works for someone, then it
no. I'm
works,
even talking about
right?
just like the book,
Yeah.
because the
Oh,
book is
yeah.
talking about this guy from the 1800s that was a psychic. Do you know what I mean? And how he used castor oil, but he was like one of the original like champions of the product, right?
Yeah.
Like of like the actual ingredient. Yeah, it's amazing because it's anti-inflammatory. It's truly unique. It's not moisturizing. It's very healing. It restores your cells. It's all fatty acid. Sometimes, like I call it a fatty acid version of Vaseline.
Yeah.
So Vaseline is all petroleum,
Yes.
and how like people put it on everything. And this is like a fatty acid content like version of Vaseline. It's castor oil.
I was reading your website and it says like the magic potion, and all
Yes.
I can think of is the what is that hot sauce? Frank's hot sauce. I put that shit
Oh
on
my God,
everything.
I've said
Like
that so many
like
times.
I was reading it going, I'm like, yeah, because I did the other day I shot her at something and I was like, let's just put some of this on it. Let's just put the castor oil in. And she's like, what are you putting on me? And I'm like, let me do it. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm putting it on everything. We're gonna see. So yeah, no, it reminds me a lot of like that, like Frank's hot sauce.
Well, my 12-year-old the other day was like, "Ow, I'm teething." What? She's like,
She
I
got her
guess the
molars.
molars are coming in. She's like, I get why babies cry. This hurts.
It does
And then like,
hurt.
well, you just put some Essential Plus on it.
You're
Just
like,
put some
it's fine. Just
Riciniol
rub
on
it
it.
in there.
And she did. She went, she got a drop and she rubbed it in and it's eased this. I mean, did it help? She's like, well, I guess.
She's like, I'm not going to tell you if it actually worked,
But
Mom.
it does. Like they carry it around with them. They put it on everything.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I love that. Oh, and I think there's an acne one as well, right? So does that work on the inflammatory aspect of the acne, or is that also on the healing of the skin?
It's everything. Like that's the magic. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. So the acne one is the Essential Plus as
Okay.
well. So that one is enriched with the clary sage oil, and clary sage oil is a natural antiseptic, and it shares a lot of the same properties as the castor oil itself. So castor oil is like anti-inflammatory, antifungal, antibacterial, and clary sage also has all these properties. So they play really, really well together, and it works faster. So that's the best one for any sort of like bites or eczema or any sort of mystery stuff, like first aid. I don't have polysporin at my house. I don't use it. I
Yeah.
don't
I know. I
use
don't
it.
even think we have it at our house either. I'm
Yeah.
always like that. It's fine. Just let it air out.
But it does though. Like that's the thing. Like my kid skinned her knee completely, and it was like this,
Oof,
like
yeah.
just raw skin, and we would use the Riciniol Essential Plus, the pink one, and within 9 days it completely
Wow.
restored. And we avoided a little thing that she had on her hand during the same fall, and it healed slower because we weren't putting it on.
Oh. So like over like stitches,
Yeah,
would you put the
you
same
can.
one, the pink one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
either of the
Okay.
essentials, the multi-purpose ones. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, stitches,
Yeah, my daughter,
post-surgery.
she tripped it at in December, and we ended up first stitches of the family,
Mm,
so she got to have her. She's the youngest and the first one to get stitches, and we've been rubbing it,
yeah.
doing the red light therapy, everything, and but I'm gonna try that now.
Is it on their chin?
It's right on the edge, so it's
Mm,
like, yeah,
mm. No, it's the one you have is actually really good for like this scarring, but it's more like post scar.
okay,
So like like when you first get the stitches, the Essential Plus is the best because it's kind of like the most therapeutic.
okay. Oh, we'll move on to that one. Because yeah, now you can kind of see where it's starting. Like the redness is finally going away. It takes forever.
It
And
takes
so
so
now
long.
we're getting in the healing part. So I'm like, okay, now we need to make sure the right thing is on this
It's
and
the
rubbing it.
discipline too. The discipline of actually putting it on every day, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That and
But
or like make sure there's sunscreen because if it's tans, then you're gonna have a tan. Like it's gonna ruin like the scar will be more prominent. And I'm like, I am the worst with sunscreen to my kids. I feel so horrible. I'm always the like, there's a hat, you're fine. It's not the middle of the day. Like we're not in like, we're in Vancouver. It's not that bad. But now I'm trying to like really remember to make
yeah,
sure her scar doesn't become an actual scar.
it'll be okay. She's still
Yeah.
young enough.
She's little.
She's
She's
still young.
little. She won't
Yeah.
even notice.
She'll grow.
It's true. And then maybe that one day she'd be like, that's because of my mom. The scars because
She's
she forgot.
gonna say that about something
True.
anyway, so
True. Very true.
yeah. We're
So I have about three other questions that I ask everybody that I want to make sure I don't forget about. Because now that I've learned everything I need to know and I need to buy more products, I need to have the full line. I need to have it all over my body. Okay. Where are you currently located? I know online, but in store, where can we find you?
so it's in a few so around Ontario, Optimize is like a godsend. So we're in all the Nature's Emporiums, all the Ambrosias, what do we have? Fiddleheads. Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank, but oh goodness me, we're in Whole Foods, but it takes a while to get on the shelves. So the four SKUs are in Whole Foods. The baby will be there in June. In BC, I had it pulled up right here, but my computer went to sleep. We're in Palms in
Okay.
BC. We're City Avenue Market. We're in a few PharmaSave locations. Country Grocer.
Oh, nice.
Lifestyle market. So like we're kind of all over the place. To be honest, I'm still not sure everywhere that we are.
I know.
but we are all around Vancouver and the surrounding areas. Like
And
in
definitely on the island. So Country Groceries on the island,
yeah,
Lifestyles on the island. So that's great. And they're different parts of the island. So you've got a good coverage.
yeah,
I'm excited for Whole Foods.
me too.
I know.
Me too.
When you get in the larger retailers and they're like, in 6 months or in 8 months, you'll be on the shelf.
I,
And you're just like, I'm
I
so, come
know.
on.
I know. And then it's like you just like have to keep I don't know, making pictures or some sort of crazy thing. It's like, and now it's this, and now it's this, and now it's this, and now it's
That's
this.
true.
Like,
It's
and
very
then, but
exciting.
we're
I love
almost
it when
there.
it
It's
happens.
June.
We launched Kidstar in 2020 as well. So I feel that it was an interesting first year.
Yeah.
So anybody that started a company in 2020, my heart is like, yes, yes. It's been
It's
it's been it's been a time. And then of course, then we had some, supply chain issues with the years after that. Then we had some inflation. Then we had some, other things, and now we have something else. And I said to someone else the other day, and I was like, every single year we've had some sort of life event that has occurred since we launched. And I'm like, I'm waiting for that year that, it calms down for like 6 months.
you think it will?
Eventually it will. I'm like, but I think to myself, I'm like, we've made it this far. We've made it through all of those things.
Yeah.
And we should definitely congratulate ourselves because those were huge events that like other companies, they were already established when they occurred, whereas we were like just grinding through it. So congratulations to us.
Congratulations to us and to you and to me and to everybody else who's just doing it
That's
because
right.
it's like nonstop, which is like
It is.
it's like a fast track to like self-development, right?
That
It's
is
just
true.
like learning to figure out what's important, what isn't, what to do, what not to do, what to focus on, what to ignore,
Yeah.
like who to listen to, who not to listen to.
That one is so hard. That one is hard because, you at least want to listen and then evaluate and then
Yeah.
you move on. But sometimes, it takes a bit. Like I've been in a number of conversations where I sit there and I hear it and I'm like, this isn't right. They shouldn't be saying these things to me. But I listen.
Yeah.
And then later on I'm like, next time I need to do better. I shouldn't have let them say those things to me. And I shouldn't have let them, and then I'm so hard on myself, whereas I should be like, I shouldn't be hard on myself. They shouldn't have said it in the first place. But it's constant that you're learning new
Yeah.
things and reevaluating, and then you think back and you're like, okay, next time I'm not doing that.
No, but I tend to file it away.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
that's
call it,
actually a really good
don't
idea.
call it a grudge because I'm not grudgy at all, but like I have like a little bank of, basically it's like can I trust this person or can I not trust this
Yeah,
person? And
that's true.
I just kind of gonna move through it that way. It's too much energy otherwise.
It is. And I actually like that analogy of it because I know I don't hold grudges either. I'm very like, you know what? Every situation is a situation
Yeah.
and it, it happens and it moves.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're right. You do have to remember at least for the next time because, fool me once, fool me twice, So, but you're right. Like, it's like, okay, it happened. We move on. We elevate. We keep
It's
going.
pattern recognition too, right? It's information.
True.
Yeah.
Very true. So
Yeah, it's
on
not
that
information.
topic, have you had a mentor or been part of an accelerator or a community that you found to be really valuable in your entrepreneurial journey?
Oh my gosh, you know what? Like, not really. I'm just kind of like in the trenches, like a lone wolf, just like clawing my way to the top. But I've worked in an accelerator when I did my design stuff. And that was all tech side though, right? So I moved, like, basically I was in like the advertising space for so long, and then it's just like I was like, okay, later I'm gonna go and start a beauty company. Like,
You're
I don't
like,
know.
see you later, guys. I'm moving
Yeah,
on.
yeah. And it's so different. I do have people I look up to. Like, I do have like certain people like that I know who are way further along, and I, pick their brains constantly, and I value their opinion very much. I do have like partnerships with people, like people have supported me from like my very first day. Like my printer like first printed me like 15 labels of one. Now I know we're doing thousands.
Yes.
Like, like my old boss in the design thing is like one of the main people that like helped me like brand the company now. So like it's like I do have like a support system, but I never belong to like an entrepreneurial community, if that makes sense. I am online.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
online is a little bit different.
True.
It's like, yeah. But it's like it's how would I describe it? It's like a little community that it's actually a pretty big community, but it's mostly like teenage boys that are really into crypto. But they're smart with the online stuff, you
Yeah,
know?
no, it's true.
Yeah.
But like even as you said it, you drew or in drawing
Yeah.
from your past experiences and the connections you've made to have a successful company today, which is really, that's the most important thing.
It's
Being
a
able to
lot.
ask the questions to the certain areas. Because, like, yeah, if you're always around people that do the exact same thing as you, how would you ever, benefit from the outside opinion? Or like the fact that the design, like, there's so much with CPG and the design and the
Yeah.
needs. And like, you are so lucky that you came from that side and that you have the experience to put into Ricinol.
Yeah.
That's probably
Like
valuable.
it helped me a lot with just like even during COVID, that's what I was working on, right? I was like designing my own website and designing all my own stuff. And I did save on that cost.
Yeah.
And now that all that's done, I'm having to learn a lot of stuff, which is really
Yeah.
fun, actually. Hmm.
I always find, especially with online, like there's always something to learn.
Yeah.
There's always something changing. There's always something that's
Hmm.
new. And you're just like constantly like, oh yeah, I guess I'll look into that. Okay, that's next. Okay, now I'm going to learn about this. And like, even like navigating government grants or potential anything, it's like looking at the paperwork for that, I have found it's like, wow, okay,
I
it's like a whole other job.
I can't. I can't. It like gives me anxiety.
It's like
I can't
you
look at
start going through it and
long
you're like, oh
pages.
my God, there's so much. And it's like, and now write this essay on why this and where you are and where you're going and how. And I'm like, oh, yeah. It's a lot.
And like who has time for that?
It's also very overwhelming because sometimes like
Sure.
you'll do all this work and like submit it to all these areas and then you might not hear anything for months or ever. And then they'll get back to you and they're like, we have these questions and you're like,
More?
uh-oh, what did I say when I sent it to you?
Yeah.
Because it was 6 months
Yeah.
ago. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's a huge thing. Um, I have another good one. What has been your biggest challenge to date? It could be company, could be anything. Normally it's company.
I'll keep it to company. I've had a lot of challenges. But I think for me, the biggest challenge is honestly like just like education at this point because we're getting doors. So it's like, how do I get more people to know about it?
Yeah.
Like that is the biggest challenge because it's all just it's a numbers game at this point,
Yeah.
right? So it's like, how do I educate? How do I let people know? And I guess it's just like volume and content. And it's so paralyzing sometimes because you have to keep creating these things. And you're like, I'm so tired of like seeing myself on the TV. It's now at the point where at first I was really like, oh my gosh, you have to get the lighting just right. And like, oh no, you can see my wrinkles. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, my hair looks like a mess. And now I'm getting to the point where I sit down and just make like 4-minute-and-a-half videos and I send them to my assistant. I'm just like, find 12 seconds that work. Like, this is just me talking to the
Yeah.
camera. But I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over and over again. But I forget that not that many people actually see it. So
Well, and that's true. It's like who's seeing it every time? Like you could have a new person on every single one that's never heard the story, never knew anything about it. And you're right. It is constant though. Like
it's
it's
it's like I'm saying
yeah.
the same thing over and over and over, and I get so bored of it. But I have to keep doing it. So I'm really trying to push myself to do it. But I think that's my biggest challenge is I just need more people to know about the product, why it's different, why it works. So that's kind of what we're working
Yeah.
on now.
That's you know, the social media side of it as like the last, I would say what, 7 years, 8 years, it's just
Mm-hmm.
been constantly getting more and more demanding. And I do think that like, 15, 20 years ago, that wasn't a thing. And I do think people say to you, "Oh, just do a video, or just do this, or just post that," and you're like, "Actually, it's a lot more, time intensive, and it is exhausting if you're constantly doing it. And of course, it's needed; it's very important, but at the same time, it is draining."
It's crazy. It's like you're making 12-second clips. I have gotten really good at speaking in concise words, like 12-second clips. Because before I was doing like a minute, minute and a half, and then we're cutting them down to 30. Like, can we get to 30? And now we're like 12 seconds. That's our time. And even those I think are too long.
Yeah, because you're like, how long are you looking at it? Who's scrolling through? How many words are they getting before they keep going?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I feel yeah. That is also like staying on top of all the social media and staying constant and present and keeping the algorithms and keeping the SEO happy and keeping all the changes happy. It's a lot. It's kind of, and especially if you have like other things going on in your life. It's like, okay, I got okay. So it's hard.
Well, it's like I think like I follow quite a few business people like on socials and like read their books and stuff. And basically, this one guy, he's like, if you're in a product-based business like skincare, like you're a marketing
Yeah,
company. That's all you're doing. All you're doing nonstop is marketing your product.
that's true.
It's like great.
Well, you've done a very good job of it. Also, every time I see your videos, I'm like, oh, I love her skin. I'm like, Nina's
Oh,
skin is so
thank you.
beautiful. When I saw you in person, I was like, it's beautiful in person. I'm like, I remember you standing there and I was like, yep, I need this product. I'm like, look
Uh,
how, like, it's just,
uh,
it's so nice. It's so nice. So
it's
you're,
just it's just gentle. Like my skin is also like temperamental. Like I borrowed my mom's face cream once, and she has like I forget what it is. It's pretty expensive. It's like I don't remember what it was, like Lancome or Clinique, like something like that. And that one time I used it, my whole face went poof,
yeah.
red.
No,
Like
it's like I always had very sensitive skin. So it was like I would rather use absolutely nothing when I was younger than try to find something because it would constantly be a problem. And now I know I have like three go-tos that don't cause anything, and Riciniol does not cause any problems for me. And so now we're in the same boat with my daughter where we're trying to find one or two things that don't cause any side effects because you don't want to put a cream on and then be like, okay, well now I have to deal with the side effects of all the stuff that was in the cream.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I have like my trusted few, and that's it.
yeah.
That's it.
So the people that are listening, this is a trusted few. You can add this
Yes,
to your routine.
absolutely you should. And
Right.
this is the most popular one.
Ooh, bright eyes. See, that's the one that you were telling me about, right? At the
Hmm.
beginning? Okay. That's the one I am going for next. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
We have two questions left
Uh
because I can't count, so it was actually four, not three. Um,
oh.
I have, what's your one ask? If anybody hears this out there, put it out into the universe. Your one ask, your one wish that you're looking for right now. Some people say what store they want to get into, or if they want to connect with someone. What's your current wish list item?
Like short term or long term?
Short term.
Hmm.
Like your next step wish.
And next step wish. Oh, I wasn't expecting to make a wish. So let's say that I don't know. I don't know.
Is there a store you want to get into or a chain?
I'm in them.
I know.
I
Anymore.
I know. It's like, I'm not looking for, like, I want more people to know, like, this product has been life-changing for people. Like, I'm talking, like, people that had chronic psoriasis all their life. It's gone.
So maybe,
Even, like, my assistant, she had, like, lesions
no.
on her hands when she
Oh,
started
yeah.
working with me, and they're gone. Like, so I just want people to know about the product. I want
So
my
maybe we
sell-through
need,
to, like,
yeah.
100 times.
Yeah.
That's
So maybe we
my
need a
short term.
viral, we need a viral or someone who has tons of followers, someone who's listening who has tons of followers who is going to share
Yes.
this. And then more people will know about Riciniol.
But that's what I need. I need, like, an army of just, like, people who love it.
Yes.
Because
That's
we
perfect.
have a collective of people who love it. I need it bigger.
You do. That's
Because
a
the
perfect
rest of
wish.
it will take care of
It's true.
itself. It's just like, it's the sell through. It's like, we need to, like, and again, it lasts a really long time.
Yeah,
So that's,
it
like,
does.
part of the problem. Especially if people use it as a therapeutic and not, like, as a daily thing.
Right.
No?
Yeah. Granted, the whole family can use it, so which is
Yeah,
also
everybody.
beneficial. Yeah,
Everybody.
I like that. And then where do you see the company in 5 years?
My goals for 5 years are pretty big, but the biggest one I'll share with you that I think is important to me is hopefully moving production here. So I would really like to see production in Canada. I would like to see it be a Canadian-made, Canadian everything product, because the company is Canadian, but I think, and that's like, it's actually something I'd like to see in, like, less than 5 years, but 5 would be nice. It's just, I want to make a change, like, somehow. Do you know what I mean? Because so many
Yeah.
people suffer, and it's such a simple solution a lot of the time, and it's just, so that's the big one, I would say, for 5 years.
No, I
Hopefully I can
love it.
have a wildly successful company completely based in Canada.
That's
So,
right. That's a perfect 5-year goal.
I think so.
I like it.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Besides, we should have big dreams, big goals. We don't need to shy away from it.
No. I just don't, I don't know. I don't always share them because
I know.
people get weird.
Well, that is true. That is very true. I think depending on
Yeah.
the circle that you were around,
Yeah.
that is 100%
It
true.
can be
But I
something.
do think that like when you find your people and you should be able to say, that's what I want to do. This is where I'm going. And we all need to support each other
Yeah,
and
and
make it
hopefully they say,
happen.
how can I help?
Exactly.
What can we
Yeah.
do?
I like that idea. We're doing it together. I'll
Yes,
see you there.
100%.
Yeah.
But it's so much fun, right? Like, it's so much fun. Even, like, looking back at it all, like, people say, like, the hard days are the best days. And that's sometimes what I tell myself when it feels like I'm climbing a mountain and everything's on fire. Do you know what I mean? It's
I
like,
always like the
these are the days I'll look back on, and these are going to be the good old days,
the good
you
old
know?
days is so true. That's like when you have little kids and like you're gonna miss these days, and I'm like, yeah, I probably will, but right now I haven't slept and I have like this and this and this, and it's true. It's the same kind of mentality. You of course you miss it, but also you love what the stage that you're at the day you're at it. Like as you move, it's a new best.
Yeah. No, no, it is. You keep moving the goalpost,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, it is 100%. Every time you get somewhere, you just keep going.
it's
People are
great.
like, why are you doing this? I'm like, because it's
It is
fun.
fun.
It's
It
fun.
really is fun.
Mm.
I know someone said, like in those hard times, I'm like, I do love it. I love all of it. Of course, you're allowed to also say that was hard. This isn't great right now, but you can also love it
Yeah,
all at
well,
the same time.
that's why no one does it, right?
That's true.
But that's it. Like, that's why nobody does it, because it's
It
crazy.
is
It's
crazy.
crazy. Like,
It is.
it's hard. That's why nobody does it.
Because you're right. It's exactly. If it was always, easy peasy, there'd be a heck of a lot more entrepreneurs and small companies and big companies out there,
So,
taking that step. Because we are a little bit crazy. Not, yeah.
I think I think it's really something. Like, to try to build a company is like a different breed of person.
It's true. It's
It
so
is.
true. And it's a good breed of person. And
100%.
I know when I met you the first time, I was like, okay, I am excited to watch your journey. I'm excited to watch Ricinol's journey. And I'm just excited for all of it. And I am looking forward to seeing you at CHV. And I think, what is it, 10
Yeah,
days? We're close. We're in the
something
countdown
like
now.
that.
I know. I'm like, what day is it today?
Yeah, I forget what booth I'm in. I think 420 or 427.
Ooh. I'm somewhere in the 12 or 13s. I also don't know.
Yeah.
I know when I get there, I'll be like, find myself. I'm good to go. But
I'll be with my optimized crew.
oh, nice. Okay, good. I will
Yeah,
come and find
for
you.
sure.
Yeah.
Yes, please do. And hopefully we have all of our stuff ready in time.
Oh, yes. It always comes together at the end.
And if it doesn't, that's
Then you know.
nobody's
Well, I'll
gonna
send you
know
those
except
samples
for you.
later.
That's another thing, right? No one knows, just you.
That's true. Oh, okay. My kids star people. I'm at 12:30. They added
Okay,
me in there for
I'm
me.
somewhere.
We'll find each other. It's gonna
100%.
be good. Yeah.
Okay, no,
So yeah, I want to say a huge thank you for being part of the Founder Chat. I loved having you on and learning more about the product. I know there's more questions that I had that'll probably all come back to me. So in the next year, we might have to do this again and see how far Ricinol's made it, and then we'll be able to celebrate one of your milestones.
all right,
Because I
sounds
know
good.
there's so many coming.
100 times to sell through in 6 months from now. So,
Yes,
I know it's a good one, right?
that is a good one. I love it.
Why not? So we'll have that on September 19th.
There you go.
It's on my calendar.
Perfect.
CHFA East.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm excited.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much, Caitlin.
You're very welcome. Thank you so much. And thank you everybody for watching. Make sure you follow Ricinol if you haven't already. And of course, This Healthy Caitlyn and Kidstar. And what is
Nina
your other one?
Obrecht.
There you go. So make sure you're following all of us so you can follow
That's
both of our
right.
journeys. Thank you so much, Nina.
Thanks.
Bye.